All right, so we're going to take a look at importing points into a job and actually doing a stakeout. So from the file menu, just like we had export, we also have an import option. So what you would need to do is take your text file, preferably, and I'm going to switch this over to text. You could also do CSV, would be a common AutoCAD format. And by default, it's in this Survey Pro Jobs folder. So from your computer, you'll need to upload the job into this folder. You can select it, hit the check mark, and then we'll import points into the job. So if you have a design from AutoCAD and you want to import it, go for stakeout, that's the first step, is import it into the job. Points have to be in the job in order to be staked out. So let's say you've already done the import. You need to still do the backsite just the same way as we did before. But now that we're not recording points, we're going to do stakeout, we can access the stakeout menu. Under stakeout, the most common function is stake point. Now I gotta tell it which point I want to stake out. I could type in the number if I remember it, but the easiest way is just go to this little list button here and say choose from list. And in this case, I'm going to select a point we've already measured. I'm going to hit the check mark. All right, so now I'm staking out point number 2. Again, I got a rod height here as well because I want to get accurate elevations. But when I'm ready, I can go ahead and pause the video for me for a second. All right, so now that I'm set up here, I got point number 2, rod height is set. I'm going to hit solve. And it's going to say what angle I need to turn the instrument to find that point.
So right now you're at what angle?
250?
52, and what is it telling you to go to? 260, 46, 54. So you just turn it to that point. So you still got to go, cool, all right.
So I can just turn it until I get to my angle. Now, depending on your way you want to do this, the way I normally will do it is have the rodman jump out to where I can see him roughly at that angle. And then I'm going to go ahead and hit the stake button. Now, in this case, the prism hasn't moved, so it's still on that point. So unlike most normal surveying, we're actually going to get perfect right away. Okay, where am I here? That's going to be pretty close. Okay, so I'm on the prism. So let's say the rod guy has gone out, and now I'm going to take a shot to see how close I am. To do that, you can hit the stake button, and I'm actually just going to take a shot. So the first screen was only to tell me the direction that the point was going to be. So it's only going to give me that direction over there. It also, if you notice, if I go back here, it also gives me a horizontal distance. So I know approximately how far the rod person needs to go and what direction he needs to go. So he's relatively close, I think, to the point he needs to be at. I can hit the stake button and take a shot. So then the instrument's going to take a shot on the prism. So at this point, I'd be aimed at the prism on the rod. And then it starts giving me some other details. I need to go back or left to find the point. So I can now give the
Oh, okay, so go back.
rod person, go back, go left, tell him what direction he needs to go to find the point. To check again to see how close he is, I can take another shot, and it will update that back and that direction for whatever he needs to do to find that point. So all I'm doing is yelling out the commands of where he needs to go based off of what it's telling me here.
That's the reason I have walkie-talkies.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
So this is the disadvantage of using mechanical total stations versus RTK robots, in that you're relying on the rod person on the other end to move the right way.
Okay.
But I can also have the option to either go back and stick another point. I can store that point if I wanted to have a record of that, and it will store it as another point in the database.
Okay.
All right, so we also have, for if we're doing a leveling of a field, we've also got a cut and fill indicator here. So if the design point is lower than what was measured, then you will have a cut. If the design point's higher than the point measured, you'll see fill in this box here. Incidentally, you also have the ability to go to the side shot screen if you just want to take some shots in this mode, or you can hit stake next, and what that will do is automatically switch us to the next point, so we can stake that out.